home. Patch notes. Boom, baby. Preseason 2022 is here, and it is big. Patch 11.23 brings sweeping changes to the Rift, literally and figuratively, with the new Chemtech and Hextech Dragons. 6 new items, 24 item updates, 3 changes to runes, and objective bounties. Ultimate Spellbook is also back with dozens of new alternates. I hate you. And a special treat for junglers. Oh, we gotta check out these changes, bro. I'm so excited. I gotta message someone about it. Okay. Let's see. Mid-patch update. Wait, it's not mid-patch yet. It's not mid-patch. That was a day ago. Lulu fixed a bug where picks would become targetable after Lulu travels through a hex gate. Picks would become targetable? Interesting. I don't know how that works, but it happened. Into the Arcane. Every legend has a beginning. Legends never die. Every legend has a beginning. We hope you enjoyed Arcanes, but there's even more than the lore than just the show. Check out all the Arcane-inspired League of Legends content below in Into the Arcane. The Council of Archives. We're going to check that out eventually. Ultimate Spellbook, it's back, baby! The return of Summoner's popular rotating game mode is back. What about Twisted Tree Line? League of Legends Avatar Creator. Summoner's Rift Accents. Oh, cool. Summoner's Rift and Howling Abyss. Caitlyn. Major visual update this patch, along with small upgrades for Jason Jinx. Happy Progress Day. I get it. Objective bounties are objective bounties. I'm really interested to see how this plays out, dude. As a Jinx player, we're going to be stealing some fat bounties, getting some extra gold in our pockets from stealing these. Cash it out. Okay. Extra gold awards for taking objectives when a team is far behind. Emphasis on far behind, and are designed to be hard to claim, but not impossible. We still want the winning team's leads to matter, so losing teams will have to capture multiple objectives in order to cash out. I like that idea, okay? I thought they were going to mess it up and make it so like every objective has a giant fat-ass 1,000 gold bounty on it. I was thinking the worst, so I guess stealing multiple objectives will give you some extra gold. I think that is A-okay. That's cool. Lots of flip-floppiness. Because a single bounty won't pay out very much. Okay, single bounty won't pay out very much. We hope that objective bounties will allow you to execute big brain strats and equalize the game rather than having to wait around to capitalize on your opponent's mistakes. I like it. In theory. Only when a team is sufficiently behind and objectives that'll pay out bounties are highlighted on the map for both teams. Okay. Okay, so even the towers give extra gold. That's good. I like this. Whoa, okay, whoa. Wow. Calculated background. Gold lead, dragon lead, and turret lead. When they activate each objective available behind game's bounty start following split. Bounty start at the following split evenly amongst 5 team members. So 500 gold split between 5 team members, 100 gold each. All right, that's not that bad. Okay, cool. As a losing team, the base amounts can increase up to an additional 60%. That is okay. Interesting. New strategy. I'm calling it We're just going to all int for these bounties. Data bounties activate 15 seconds after team falls below the threshold and deactivates at the rise. What threshold? Cool. Kill. What do these numbers mean? I'll figure it out. Oh, it shows you the bounty. Jungle changes. 2 new Drakens. Chemtech Dragon. Chemtech Drake is all about playing on the edge, taking calculated risks, and fighting for every scrap. The Chemtech Dragon soul encourages you to go big or go home and trade your life for high-value plays. Grants up to 5% bonus damage per stack against enemies with more current health. More current health than you. Okay, so like cut down. 5% bonus damage per stack against enemies with more current health. With 340 to 1020 more current health than you. Okay. I think I understand that. Chemtech Dragon Soul. Buff that grants them a brief second life, like Karthus, upon their next death. Their next death. So not all deaths, right? Champions revive with 80% of their base health, 50% of their bonus health, and gain move speed, like Scion. Revived champions take 40% less damage. Huh. Okay. Revived champions take less damage, deal less damage, and take damage equal to an ever-increasing percentage of their starting health. Take damage, so their health bar goes down every second. Ruin Drake buff from Ultimate Spellbook this summer, and it is. Okay, so interesting. It says upon their next death, so it doesn't say anything about the deaths after their next death. I don't know. Maybe it's not a permanent buff. Maybe it's just for the next death. Only the next death. Because if it was for every death after you took Dragon Soul, that would be disgusting. Okay. Hope I'm right about that. Gas zones emerge in 4 jungle locations, camouflaging any champions with the champions within the zone deal up to 10% more damage to enemies who have more current health than them. More current health, not max health. Maximum damage is achieved when at 340 to 1020 less health than them. Okay. And this is current health. 10% more to damage who have current health. 10% is a big number. 10% more damage to enemies who have more current health. Maximum damage is achieved 340 to 1020. Camouflage. Camouflage enemies are not revealed by regular vision wards, but are revealed by control wards, Scryer's blooms, and effects that reveal invisible units. They also revealed while you're standing near them. So wards don't work anymore, so we don't have to buy any. Extra value. Huh. Hextech Drake is all about controlling the map, flanking your foes, and trapping the enemy team for a wombo combo. Unique. Soul is a unique lightning that slows down enemies, allowing you to control team fights and chase down stragglers. Okay, so this is for team fight, flanking, just craziness to the Hextech Drake. Grants 5 ability haste and 5% attack speed per stack. It's pretty strong. Think Aurelia. When a team obtains the Hextech Drake Soul, they gain a Chain Lightning Slow on their next basic attack or ability. How is anyone that's new to League supposed to, like, learn all this stuff? Is my thing. It's like more and more champions, more and more interactions, more and more Drakes, more and more rules. It's basically implementing more and more rules to a game. More and more variables. Like, how are you supposed to be good if you're just starting out. Like, you're just going to suck ass for years, like me. That's the only thing. Like, I can imagine League being, like I've said before, the next chess, like being super long-lived. But this is definitely a gate into, like, this is a limiting factor here. How much someone has to learn to actually pick up the game. So, maybe I would change that. That could be a bit of a gate. Bounces, okay. When a team attains Hextech Drake Soul, they gain Chain Lightning, slow on their next basic attack or ability that deals 25 to 75 true damage. Oh, true damage. Bounces to 3 additional targets, slows units hit by 45 / 35. Plus 5% per 1,000 bonus health. Plus, what the heck? Okay, so it scales on bonus health, AP, and AD. It scales. Everyone scales. Everyone scales with the lightning chains. Pairs of hex gates. What did Chemtech give? 5% bonus damage per sec. Okay, so the cut down. More current health than you. All right. Okay. And then pairs of hex gates appear across the map. That's going to be fun. Whee! So it can be interrupted if someone gets into the gate. A brief channel that can be interrupted by immobilizes or damage. Each pair of hex gates has a 30-second individual cooldown per champion. The Cloud Drakon. Okay, buffs to Cloud Drake wasn't getting much love. The Cloud Drake buff wasn't getting much love this year despite being very powerful. It was hard to tune because it needed to give a lot of ultimate ability haste to be a powerful reward, but not so powerful that it completely warped the game. So we're making some adjustments. Run like the wind. Cloud Drake buff. Instead of 12 ultimate ability haste. This isn't for soul. Okay. This is 3.5%. Okay, more move speed. 3.5% out of combat move speed plus 3.5% slow resistance. That could be pretty strong. I don't know. I don't know how that plays out really. Rift Scuttler. The first Rift Scuttler spawn has been too impactful in deciding the outcome of the early game. Nice. So we're reducing its importance with lessened XP. Cool. Now it's squishier and tiny. You can defeat it more easily and scuttle back to safety sooner. So scuttle's not as important. 35% reduced health, grant 80%. Oh, whoa. Okay. The first one's tiny and has reduced health and 80% reduced XP. So that is basically not an objective now. 80% reduced XP is huge. It's now smaller to match its lower value. Wow, 80% reduced XP. That's a lot. This thing is tiny now. Okay, junglers can stop inting for Rift Scuttler now, right? For the Scuttle. They won't in low elo until like halfway through the season, but maybe never. We'll see. New items. Crown of the Shattered Queen. Mages have often felt at the mercy of their bursty foes with little else to do but hide on the far side, team fights their hope that their stopwatch, or Zanyas, is enough to survive. This new mythic lets them sacrifice some early damage for the chance to live longer, especially in the early game, when a completed Zanyas may not be a good option. Okay. 2,800 gold. That's cheap. Mana, ability haste, safeguard. Reducing incoming champion damage by 75%. Safeguard persists for 1.5 seconds after taking champion damage. Oh, 75% is a lot for 1.5 seconds. 40 damage. They're going to have to change that, in my opinion. I think they're going to reduce that. 1.5 seconds. 75%. 75% is a lot of nullify damage. Think if your ability is supposed to do 100 damage to them, say your auto attack was supposed to do 100 damage, it's now going to do, what is that, 25? It's now going to do 20. That's huge. That's like not even counting resistances, right? 40-second cooldown, restarts upon taking damage from, okay, 40-second cooldown. You have to be out of combat for 40 whole seconds. While safeguarded, and for 3 seconds after it's broken, gain 10 to 40 ability power. 1% move speed and 8 ability power. Okay. Evan Shroud. Tanky supports felt pigeonholed into one mythic. Oh, this is going to be the broken one. Okay, let's see how dude, 2,500 gold. It needs to be a bit more expensive. Okay. Health, 200. 20 ability haste, 30 armor, 30 magic resist. After immobilizing, champions are being immobilized, cause that target and all nearby enemies to repent. Repent. Increasing the damage they take by 12% for 5 seconds. So they take 12% more damage for 5 seconds. Everyone around the immobilized enemy, near them, dude. Think about bot lane. Like, think about how close you usually stand as an AD to, like, tanky people or supports. Dude, that's going to be crazy. Can we, like, ban items now? Can we ban items before the game starts? Thank you. Axiom Arc. Prior to the Yomu's Ghostblade buffs in patch 11.17, there weren't many options for assassins to pick up ability haste. There weren't? What about Duskblade? Axiom Arc is a new legendary item designed to be the ability haste pickup while also allowing ability focused assassins to snowball a lead. 3,000 gold, pretty expensive there. Sarah Dirk Caulfield's Warhammer plus 800 gold, 55 attack damage, ability haste 25, that's pretty big. Lethality. Dude, Rengar's going to love this item. Maybe I play Rengar. Whenever a champion dies within 3 seconds after you damage them, refund 25% of your ultimate's total cooldown. That's fun and interesting. Shadow Flame. Okay, let's breeze through this. 3,000 gold. Alternator. Rod. 700 gold. 100 ability power. 200 health. Damage to champion benefits from 10 to 20. What? Damage to champions benefits from 10 to 20. Okay. Damage to champions benefits from 10 to. They worded this weird. 10 to 20 magic penetration based on the target's current health. Someone's like 5-heading this sentence right now and needs to just calm down and write it in plain English. Maximum value. I know you're getting paid for this, but please. Maximum value at 1,000 or less health. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so the less health you have, the more magic penetration you have. That's all you had to say. All right? Gains the maximum health penetration if the target was recently affected by shields. Isn't that implied? Gains the maximum magic. No, it's not. Gains the maximum magic penetration if the target was recently affected by shield. So shielding gives the person wielding this. This is going to be buggy, dude. I'm predicting so many bugs on this item. It's going to be bad. Gains maximum magic penetration if the target was recently affected by shields. I don't know. Maybe they did a bunch of playtesting, whatever. They're getting better at that. Winter's Approach. Tanks who need mana can really struggle. I want to try Trundle with Winter's Approach. I don't know why. I have an urge. He runs out of mana fast. Tanks who need mana can really struggle during team fights as they slowly grind through their mana bars. Think Maokai Top, right? Think freaking Trundle, bro. I think this is going to be great on Trundle. We're going to have lots of Winter's Approach abusers in the top lane. Let the spell spam and commence. Yes. Cheap. 2,600 gold. Tier. It's a tier item. Dude, I gots to try the Trundles. Winter's Approach. I have to. It's weird. I have this urge. Dude, we go Frostfire Gauntlet. Winter's Approach is going to be nasty. I don't know why. I think that build sounds really fun. I might just literally try it right now. Health 400, mana 500, ability haste 15, gain bonus health equal to 8% mana. Oh, this is going to be so interesting. I'm thinking of all the things I could do with this. It's got to be like a rush item, right? No, it's got, you buy tier starting item. No. Unless you're passive. Okay, you go tier when you get back to base. Kind of delays your build a little bit. Whatever. Dude, okay. I'm theory crafting. Now. We'll see how good this is. But there are other things that Trundle needs, though. We'll try it out. Whatever. What's the build? Whatever. We'll get into it later. Gain bonus health equal to 8% mana. Think Frozen Heart. Bro. Bonus health equal to 8% mana. Interesting. Mana charge. Strike a target with ability or auto to consume a charge and gain 3 bonus mana. Double if the target is a champion. Grants maximum of 360 mana, at which point this item transforms into Fimbulwinter. This item upgrades from Winter's Approach upon reaching mana charge's maximum bonus of 360 mana. Health 400, mana 860. Ability haste 15. Grant bonus health equal to 8% everlasting passive. This is new. Slowing, melee only, or immobilizing an enemy champion. Slowing or immobilizing. Slowing. Okay, so Trundle Q. Or mobilizing champion consumes 3% of mana and grants shield. Holy crap. What? Dude. Okay, there is a cooldown. 8-second cooldown. Oh, think of it. Think about the spell blade. Ooh, this is going to be nasty. Okay, the build is going to be Dorm's Blade start into tier. Dorn's Blade into tier. Into the freaking Hullbreaker. Hullbreaker is going to be my mythic. No. Either Hullbreaker, or if you want dueling power, if you're against a tank, then you want to go Divine Sunderer into Tiamat into Winter's Approach. Interesting. Tank mythics sort of feel like reskins of each other right now, and the choices aren't very cool or fun or interesting or satisfying. Just a bunch of different ways to burn people. These that was a good comment. These updates should create more distinction. Okay, let's get into it. Now executes minions that would be killed by one more tick of immolate. That's nice. Maybe I won't even need the Tiamat for Trundle. Maybe I'll just rush Frostfire Gauntlet. Signature effect, the Snowbind and AoE passive. Good job. The chunky hit should make chasing down and debilitating enemies much more satisfying. Basic attacks create a frost field for 1.5 seconds that deals 20 to 100 plus max health magic damage to all enemies in the area. Enemies move across the field are slowed. Cool. Turbo King Kim Tank. Immolate effect often felt like a requirement for jungle clearing rather than interesting passive where shifting the item's power into one big explosion, which should make it the go-to option for gankers and initiator that just gotta go fast. Oh, dude, this is so fun and interesting. Not even capping. Moving and dealing damage fills up the chem tank. At 100 stacks, your next basic attack deals 40 to 120 plus max health plus move speed magic damage to all nearby enemies. Increase to 25% against minions and 175 against jungle monsters. Removed immolate. So now it's actually a chem tank. You know, you're filling the chem tank. That is so fun and interesting. I love that. Expensive tank mythic, yet stats are a bit underwhelming. We're buffing the stats a little bit. Unchanged. Mythic passive. Empowers each of your other legendary items with 5% slow, health, and tenacity. Okay, whatever. I think, dude, Frostfire is going to be broken. Yeah, dude. Okay. Abyssal. Abyssal Mask was powerful for champions who could use its immobilizing effect, and pretty much those champions only. We've reshaped it. Kindle Gem, Spectre's Cowl. Okay. Ability Haste. New Ability Haste. Buffed health. Decreased magic resist to 30. Unmake. Cursed. Curse nearby enemy champions. Okay. Reducing their magic resist by 5% plus max health. For each cursed enemy, gain 7 magic resist. Okay, so the more people surround you, the more magic resist you get. Force of Nature. Magic resist 70. Health unchanged. Move speed unchanged. Taking magic damage from enemy champions gains a stack of Steadfast. 6. It takes 6 stacks. That's a lot. For 5 seconds. Enemy immobilizing effect will... Enemy immobilizing effects grant an additional 2 stacks. When at 6 stacks of Steadfast, take 70% reduced magic damage. No, that's 20%. What am I saying? And gain 10% increased move speed. So that's a big buff, but it takes a while to get there. You have to be tanking for a while. Knight's Vow. Unpopular, but powerful. While your worthy allies nearby, redirect 10% of the damage that you and heal to you and heal for 8% of the damage they deal. Oh, okay. Your partner redirect 20% of the damage they take to you instead. That's pretty crazy. Broken. Why are they buffing support items? Dropping the price of Aegis. Drop price. Huh. Interesting. What? Total cost. Okay. Okay. Mage item choices been pretty limited. We got Everfrost. Cost goes down. Kind of cheap. 10 ability haste instead of 15 ability power. No, ability power. 10 instead of 15. Mana, 600. Okay. Less ability power overall. And cheaper. Much cheaper. Much cheaper. Demonic Embrace. Ability power 60. Health buffed. No longer grants bonus resistance while enemies burn. Gain 2% of your bonus health as ability power. Oh, Singed. That looks good for Singed. Can we get to do this? Is a fat patch. Archangels and Seraphs were basically just big, powerful sticks of AP and mana this year. True. We're pushing them to better fit Spell Slinging, Battle Mage, and Bruiser playstyles. Ability power down to 60. Gain ability haste equal to mana. Haste instead of ability power. Okay. That's weird. I don't think a lot of mages are going to like this. It's going to cuck. It's going to lower some mages' damage that relied on Archangels and Seraphs. Restore health equal to 40% of mana. Ooh. Really? Oh, okay. It's at a cap. Up to this amount per cast. Toggles can restore the same amount per 1 second. Dude, that's kind of disgusting. It's healing. Dude, what about you didn't like healing, Riot? We didn't like healing before. We didn't like healing. You nerfed all the healing in the game. We're just going to add some more. Like a fat amount. That's weird. This is weird. You're going to revert this. I'm calling it. Prediction, they're reverting this. Cosmic Drive was strong enough throughout the season, but not very exciting. Lots of changes to Cosmic Drive over the past year. It was introduced last year anyway. Cosmic Drive was strong throughout the season, but not very exciting. We're amping up the fantasy of this move fast, cast fast item and make its passive available way sooner. Ability power, -5, health, +50, ability haste, +10, movement speed. Damaging a champion with 3 separate attacks or spells gains 20% movement speed and 40 ability power until leaving combat. Okay. Pretty niche. Glass cannon item essentially gives long range for broadening it, so more chance to feel happy to picking it up. Ability power. Ooh, that's a fat. Champions aren't going to like this. The champions who use this aren't going to like it. Hextech, okay. 85. Oof. Health 150. Ability haste 15. Now also applies hypershot to slowed enemy champions. Dude, we're not going to like this. The champions who used it aren't going to like that fat ability power nerf. Powerful but generic purpose. Power to its magic penetration. Increased price. Decreased by 5. Increased by 5%. It's basically solidifying the magic pen. Thorn's Ring. Incentivize Thorn's Ring who want to get aggressive in lane. Access to mana in tough matchups. So we're keeping the base mana regeneration relatively high. Now it's just a bonus treat for dueling. Restores 0.75 mana every second, damaging enemy champion. Increases this amount to 1.25 mana every second. So increased. Okay, if you can't gain mana, restore health. Okay, so the more you hit, it's not about CSing now. It's about landing abilities. This is a lower tier item here. Ooh, okay. Hextech Alternator gets health, nerfed ability power. Hextech was one of many AP items that were a bit too glass cannon-y. Trading it for durability. Hextech Rocket Belt. Cool. Night Harvester, unchanged. Okay, recipe change. Lethality items. We're still going. We're still going here. While Assassins were strong, their mythics felt lackluster. Many assassins were opting into mythics like Gore Drinker and Stridebreaker. I thought that these were really good, actually. Anyone else think that? But we're not. We're not opposed to flexing into unique builds. But building lethality mystic first was almost always the weaker option. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. We're reducing the gap between mythics and Yomus for melee lethality users, while range lethality users should be relatively unaffected. I don't get it, but decreased cost. We're buffing Duskblade. We're buffing Eclipse. We are buffing Prowler's Claw. I don't like this. It's actually making me feel kind of sick. I might barf. These things these items didn't need it, bro. These were fine. These were okay. These were fine, dude. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope. Don't like that. They were strong. They were strong. First strike, new rune. New inspiration keystone. Huge damage and gold boost when you strike an enemy champion first, but nothing if they hit you first. It's been great for artillery champions and assassins during play tests, and we're excited to see you experiment with it. You can read more details behind its design here. Basic attacks or abilities against a champion within 0.25 seconds of entering champion combat grants 5 gold and first strike, causing you to deal 10% extra damage against champions and granting 100% of bonus damage dealt as gold. So all that 10% extra damage is granting you. So think if you're doing 110 damage. Now, if you're doing 100 damage, then you do 110 because 10% extra, and that 10 is gold now. 25 to 15 second cooldown. That's a long time, 25 seconds. If an enemy strikes you first strike still goes on cooldown without providing any of its bonuses. Okay, so if they hit you first, then they cancel it out. Counterplay, okay. It offers some counterplay that Klepto didn't have, and I think that was the problem with Klepto. There was no counterplay to Klepto. Prototype, Omnistone. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye, Omnistone. No one uses you. Removed. Sag. Not really. It was useless. No one used it. You're trolling if you're building that. Some champions, Freeze Ray, CC, Guarantee, Wombo Combo, which, though clever, wasn't the intended design. This updated version should appeal to tanks. What do we have here? Mobilizing an enemy champion will cause 3 glacial rays to emanate from them towards you and other nearby champions, creating frozen lines for a few seconds that slow enemies for 35%. 5%, plus 5% per 10% heal and shield power per AP per bonus AD. And reduce their damage by 15% against your... Ooh. 15% is big. This is going to be meta. This is big. Can only be used for high immobilizing champions, though. This is going to be annoying AF. Wow, dude. If an ADC gets CC'd by like a Leona running like Glacial Augment, she's going to be useless. What? Dude, think about in laning phase. Imagine doing 15%, reducing their damage by 15% against your allies. Ugh. And you're slowed for that long, you're dead. You're dead in laning phase. If you ever get hit by an E from Leona, they're going to have to dial this down a little bit. That's going to be a nightmare to deal with. Yeah, they're going to have to dial that back a little bit. Lethal tempo. The keystone available for marksman felt a little flat. Halo Blades offered a burst of instant attack speed, lethal tempo, a delayed burst of attack speed, and press the attack a delayed burst of damage. Lethal tempo stood out as the least popular of the bunch despite having a similar win rate. This meant it was either more niche, less satisfying, or both. We're clarifying lethal tempo's identity as the best ramping option for long-term value and adding attack range to make it more unique. Cool. Ooh, only 5% for ranged. 15% for melee. 15% is a lot. With each auto attack. This effect. Ooh. Attack speed. Is this to only champions? Or to other things as well? Oh, it says champions. When striking at least one champion with each auto attack, this effect stacks up to 6 times. While this effect is at its cap, also gain 50 for melee. Like Kale, gain 50 for melee, 100 for ranged attack range. So huge range for melee, and increase your attack speed cap from 2. Oh, ho ho. Huh. Ho ho. So if you keep this going in a fight, you're going to be wailing on people. That's awesome. I'm thinking Jinx. Because once you reset with your passive on Jinx, you go above the attack speed cap, but then it comes back down. And by that time, your lethal tempo is expired, right? So if you go nutso in a fight, and exceed the attack speed cap with your passive plus lethal tempo. If you have lethal tempo, it's not going to wear off. Your increased attack speed, like you can shoot above the cap in almost every fight if you proc your passive on Jinx. That is cool. Ultimate Spellbook. Okay, I don't care about this. Caitlyn's got an update. We'll see how that looks.